Hey, it's me, GV, and for those that do not know, Bethesda just ended their first ever E3 press conference. A lot of stuff was talked about, including Doom and Dishonored 2, but of course, we are all here for Fallout 4. This is going to be a video going over all of the major points that was discussed in the E3 presentation and anything that I found interesting, and there is a ton of stuff to get through, so I'm going to go through it pretty fast. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is that the game has been confirmed to start before the apocalypse. There's basically going to be an entire section where you go about your daily life before the bombs fell. This is also when you customize your character. You can choose between male or female, and there are voiced protagonists. So the way you customize your character in Fallout 4 is you click and drag on various facial features and skin and hair and all that sort of stuff, and it dynamically changes without any shaders. It sounds like they tried to make it more dynamic, but I think I would prefer the shaders. I don't know, we'll have to see. So the game opens up in sort of a BioShock way. Everything is dynamic around you, there's events happening, you can interact with various different things. If I had to guess, I'd say that's only in the beginning, and then once the actual apocalypse happens, things get a lot more open-ended. What's cool is that Todd also mentioned that they programmed over, I think he said, 1,000 different popular names. So if you name your guy Mr. Roberts, you'll hear the robot actually say Mr. Roberts, and that is pretty damn cool. So Todd didn't divulge too much story information, but what we do know is that the bombs start dropping, you make it to Vault 111 with your family, and then 200 years later, you are the sole survivor that emerges. So that tells me that Vault 111 is either involved with cryogenics or time travel. It's more likely that it's cryogenics. So here Todd mentions that this game is running on a next generation creation engine, which is what was used in Skyrim, so you have a lot of the similar effects and physical stuff going on in the world. They've also changed the dialogue to be dynamic and in real time, and it seems to be more similar to Mass Effect, where you pick one out of like 4 different options. So here's the dog that everyone's going crazy about, and the first thing that he talked about was how you can give it commands. You can move it to a certain location, you can hover over an item and the dog will pick it up, you can hover over something that the dog can activate and it will activate it. Now we see some combat, and it looks very similar to what Fallout 3 was, except now when you go into VATS, things still move, but much, much slower. After that, Todd confirms that this game will take place in Boston, which pretty much everyone knew at this point, and then he starts to show a whole bunch of different pieces of gameplay that show off the locale. One of the things I noticed was that it looks like there's actually a settlement in Fenway Park, which is a freaking great idea, and I can't wait to go there. So after this, Todd talks about the new and improved PipBoy. It has new animations, it shows the guns when you hover over them, and there are even games that you can play, which are actually classic games reimagined, like Donkey Kong. Then he talks about how they've created an actual PipBoy, and disappointing to me, it doesn't actually run its own OS, but you can place your phone inside of it and download an app that will run a version of the PipBoy software. Then he talks about what seems to be an Apple exclusive mobile game called Fallout Shelter. So this is apparently a free-to-play but not pay-to-win and not freemium game that they developed for iPhones, and it's basically a manager sim, but it's a lot more in-depth than usual manager sims. He dropped the bomb that it was going to be available for download right after the conference ended, to which everyone applauded, and it actually seems like a really cool game. I have an Android, so I'm going to have to play it on my old iPhone that's been out of commission for a while, but yeah, it seems pretty cool, especially that it's free. So next is something that I completely did not expect. It almost doesn't seem like it would be in a Fallout 4 game, but it is, and it's sort of like a Minecraft-esque, I don't really want to call it Minecraft, but it's a way to build your own towns and settlements and constructs. So basically you can grab scraps and parts from different parts of the world and then create your own houses, and there's tons of different customization options. You can even make traps and LEDs that spell die, and they even made an 8-bit Vault Boy. So that's pretty cool. It's sort of a take it or leave it feature, but it looks like it is really in depth, and I will probably take advantage of this and make my own stronghold and destroy any bandit that is dumb enough to walk inside the perimeter. Then he gets into the weapon customization. Apparently there are 50 base weapons, and there are a ton of customization options. You can make a simple laser pistol into a really robust laser sniper with a whole bunch of attachments, etc. And then they show that you can even customize your own power armor, which is cool, I'm sure, for a lot of people, but you guys probably know me at this point. I don't really like to use big burly suits of armor. And finally, there's a giant montage of all the various things that you can do in Fallout 4 and wear and use, and that is the main thing that I was concerned with. Well, not concerned, because Papa Bethesda isn't going to let us down. But basically, it was just reconfirming that it's going to be a giant open world game with tons and tons and tons of stuff to do. And finally, the big piece of information we were all waiting for was uttered. This game is going to be released this year on November 10th. So that pretty much does it. There's a lot of other smaller details that were in the video that I didn't go over. I just sort of wanted to hit the big points, the things that we're all interested in. A lot of people keep asking me if I'm going to play Fallout 4, if there's going to be a Fallout 4 Let's Play, what I'm going to do with the game on my channel, and the simple answer is this. Yes, there will be a Let's Play. Yes, there will be Fallout 4's hidden treasures. Yes, there will be Fallout 4 Easter eggs, unique weapons and armor, and DLC. To put it frank, I am going to play the shit out of this game, both off camera and on camera. I put a lot of work into this video, so if you could like and share it, that would be great. Also, comment anything and everything you guys are thinking. I want to know. Share this around to anyone that you think would be interested, including on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. I am so freaking excited. You guys have no idea. I cannot wait for this game, and we don't even have to wait that long at all. I will see you guys in the new and improved Wasteland. Bye-bye.